This video is all about symmetry and it will help you to do the quiz of the same name. So first of all, let's look at the two types of symmetry you're expected to know about. Reflection symmetry. A shape has reflection symmetry when it has two sides that are exactly the same when a mirror line is drawn. And for rotational symmetry, a shape has rotational symmetry when it looks the same after being rotated less than a full turn. So let's look at reflection symmetry first. We see this all around us in nature, as you can see here, but we also see it in the man-made environment, such as here. Let's look at lines of symmetry in regular shapes. Regular shapes always have the same number of lines of symmetry as sides. So we look at these regular shapes. The square has this line of symmetry, this one, and this one. So a square has 4 lines of symmetry. The equilateral triangle is one here, and one here, which gives us 3 lines of symmetry. And the regular pentagon, got one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here, which gives us 5 lines of symmetry. We look at quadrilaterals. The trapezium has only 1 line of symmetry. The parallelogram has no lines of symmetry. The rectangle has this line and this line. It doesn't have any through the diagonals because this wouldn't give us a line of symmetry. So it only has 2. And if we look at the rhombus, here and here, it has 2 lines of symmetry. So let's move on to rotational symmetry. We can also see rotational symmetry around us, like in these examples here. We look at rotational symmetry in shapes. A square has rotational symmetry. So I've got a shape here. I've put an X into the corner so we can see the way around that it is. I'm going to overlay another square over the top. The squares are both overlapping here. I've rotated the top square by 90 degrees clockwise, and it's also overlapping. By 90 degrees clockwise again, it's still overlapping. And by 90 degrees clockwise again, it's still overlapping. Because there are 4 positions where a square overlaps completely, it has a rotational symmetry of order 4. If we look at a rectangle, it also has rotational symmetry. So I've got a rectangle and one overlaid. If I rotate 90 degrees this time, you can see that they don't overlap. Another 90 degrees, they overlap again. And then the final 90 degrees, they're not overlapping again. There are only 2 positions where the rectangle overlaps completely. So it has a rotational symmetry of order 2. Let's look at an example question. The Isle of Man flag contains the triskelion. What type of symmetry does this have? Well, it has no reflection symmetry. There is no point that I could put a mirror line through this shape where I would have the same on both sides. But it has rotation symmetry of order 3. I could rotate it into 3 different positions where I would still see the same shape. Now you could have a go at the quiz.